Imagine this. You're halfway through dinner, your favorite show is playing, and suddenly complete darkness. No lights, no internet, no fridge humming in the background, just silence. For most people, this is a minor inconvenience. But for those who've lived through a prolonged blackout, comfort can turn into chaos in hours. What if I told you that with the right preparation, you could keep your home running, your family safe, and your sanity intact even when the grid fails? In this video, you'll discover exactly how to blackout-proof your home. We'll cover everything from building the ultimate emergency kit to choosing the right backup power solutions, protecting your belongings, and creating a family action plan that actually works when the lights go out. Welcome to Prep Pantry, where we turn uncertainty into confidence. If you're ready to take control and never be caught off guard again, hit that like button and subscribe, because preparation isn't about fear, it's about freedom. Let's start with the foundation of any blackout preparation, your emergency kit. When the power goes out, the first thing you'll need is light. But here's the thing, relying on a single flashlight isn't enough. You need to think strategically about lighting throughout your entire home. Distribute several LED flashlights in easy-to-reach spots. Keep one in your bedroom, one in the kitchen, one near your main entrance, and one in the bathroom. Why LED? They're bright, energy efficient, and the batteries last significantly longer than traditional flashlights. But don't stop there. Headlamps are absolute game changers. They free up your hands completely, which is invaluable when you're trying to cook, fix something, or navigate through your home in complete darkness. For shared spaces like your living room or kitchen, battery-powered lanterns are excellent. They provide wide, ambient lighting that makes these areas feel less chaotic and more comfortable. Now, you might be thinking about candles. Yes, they can add a cozy touch, but they come with a significant fire risk. If you do use candles, treat them with extreme caution. Never leave them unattended, keep them away from anything flammable, and honestly, save them as a last resort. LED lights are safer and more reliable. Now let's talk about sustenance. When the power goes out, your ability to prepare food becomes limited. That's why you need to stock at least 3 days worth of food and water per person in your household. Choose non-perishable items that don't require cooking or refrigeration. Canned soups, canned vegetables, protein bars, try pasta, peanut butter, and instant oatmeal are all excellent choices. They're nutritious, they last a long time, and they're easy to prepare or eat as is. Here's something people often forget, a manual can opener. It sounds simple, but in a blackout, your electric can opener is useless. Keep a good quality manual can opener in your emergency supplies. Trust me, you don't want to be trying to open a can of soup with a knife in the dark. Water is even more critical than food. The general rule is 1 gallon per person per day. This covers drinking, cooking, and minimal cleaning needs. So for a family of 4, you're looking at 12 gallons for a 3-day supply. Bottled water works perfectly fine. But if you're concerned about longer-term outages, consider investing in water purification tablets or a gravity-powered filter. These tools can turn questionable water into safe drinking water. And don't forget your pets. They need water and food too. Factor them into your calculations and make sure you have enough supplies for every member of your household, furry ones included. Communication is something we completely take for granted until it's gone. When the power goes out, your Wi-Fi goes down. Cell towers might fail or become overloaded, but radio frequencies often remain active, especially for emergency broadcasts. A battery-powered or hand-cranked radio is essential. It keeps you connected to emergency alerts, weather updates, and official instructions when everything else fails. Your phone is your lifeline to the outside world, so keeping it charged is crucial. Stock up on power banks and keep them fully charged at all times. Check them regularly because power banks slowly lose their charge over time. Even better, invest in a solar-powered charger. During extended outages, a solar charger allows you to keep your phone running as long as you have daylight. It's renewable, it's reliable, and it could be a lifesaver. Here's something that might seem old-fashioned but is incredibly practical: a loud whistle. If you need to alert emergency services and your phone is dead, a whistle can be heard from a significant distance. It requires no batteries, no charging, and it works every single time. Medical preparedness is non-negotiable. A comprehensive first aid kit goes far beyond basic bandages. You need antiseptic wipes, gauze pads, tweezers, medical gloves, burn cream, and pain relief medication like ibuprofen or acetaminophen. If anyone in your household takes prescription medications, make sure you have at least a week's supply on hand. Work with your doctor if necessary to get a small emergency reserve. Take it a step further. Create a printed list of emergency contacts and keep printed copies of important medical records and insurance policies. Store everything in a waterproof folder or pouch. In an emergency, you can't rely on accessing digital files if your devices are dead or damaged. Blackouts are stressful, and maintaining morale matters more than you might think. Small comforts can make a huge difference in how your family handles the situation. Stock warm blankets, extra socks, changes of clothes, and if you live in a cold climate, sleeping bags. When the heating goes out, layering is your best defense against the cold. Keep cash on hand in small bills. During a widespread power outage, ATMs don't work and card readers are useless. Having $50 to $100 in small bills, ones, fives, and tens, gives you purchasing power if stores are open but can only accept cash. A multi-tool is incredibly handy for quick repairs, cutting or improvising solutions, and don't underestimate the importance of trash bags. When sanitation systems are limited or you need to manage waste differently, heavy-duty trash bags become essential. Finally, don't overlook the boredom factor. Sitting in the dark with nothing to do amplifies stress and anxiety, especially for children. Keep board games, a deck of cards, crossword puzzles, and actual printed books in your emergency supplies. These simple items keep spirits up and help pass the time when screens aren't an option. Now that we've covered your emergency kit, let's talk about backup energy solutions. These are the systems that actually keep your home functioning when the grid goes down. Portable generators are one of the most popular choices for backup power. They can run appliances, lights, medical devices, and charge your gadgets. But choosing the right generator matters. You need one that meets your home's wattage needs. Calculate which appliances and devices you absolutely need to run, add up their wattage requirements, and choose a generator that can handle that load with some room to spare. Safety is critical with portable generators. Always operate them outdoors, away from windows and doors. Never ever run a generator inside your home, garage, or any enclosed space. Generators produce carbon monoxide, which is colorless, odorless, and deadly. Even running one in an open garage with the door up can cause dangerous fume buildup. Keep your generator at least 20 feet from your home and point the exhaust away from any windows or vents. For those who prefer a cleaner, quieter option, solar generators are worth considering. They're not as powerful as gas generators, but they're perfect for small-scale energy needs. They recharge during the day using solar panels and can power phones, lights, fans, laptops, or even a small refrigerator. They produce no noise, no fumes, and no ongoing fuel costs. For many households, especially in areas with good sunlight, a solar generator provides enough power to maintain comfort and connectivity during an outage. If you work from home or rely heavily on technology, an uninterruptible power supply, or UPS, is essential. These devices act as a bridge between the power grid and your equipment. The moment the power drops, the UPS kicks in instantly, providing battery backup. Depending on the model, this can give you anywhere from a few minutes to several hours of power. That's enough time to save your work, safely shut down your computer, or keep your internet router running so you can stay connected. For those who want a permanent, automated solution, a whole house generator is the ultimate investment. These systems are installed directly into your home's electrical system and connected to your natural gas line or a large propane tank. When the power goes out, they start automatically within seconds. You barely notice the outage. Everything in your home keeps running. Your refrigerator, your heating and cooling, your lights, your medical equipment. It's a significant upfront cost, often several $1,000s, including installation. But for families with medical devices, home offices, or simply the need for constant power, it's invaluable. Protecting your home and belongings during a blackout is just as important as having backup power. When the electricity cuts out, there's an immediate risk and a delayed risk. Let's address both. The immediate risk is to your electronics. When power is suddenly cut, it can cause a small surge, but the real danger comes when the power returns. Power restoration often brings significant surges that can instantly fry sensitive electronics. That's why you should unplug valuable devices like computers, televisions, gaming consoles, and kitchen appliances as soon as the power goes out. Don't just turn them off, actually unplug them. Also, turn off major appliances like your air conditioner, electric stove, and washing machine. When power is restored, if all these high-draw appliances try to turn on simultaneously, it creates a massive load on the system. This can trip breakers, damage appliances, or even cause another outage. Once power returns, wait a few minutes, then turn appliances back on one at a time. For ongoing protection, use surge protectors throughout your home. Not all power strips are surge protectors, so check the label. Quality surge protectors absorb voltage spikes and prevent them from reaching your devices. It's a small investment that can save you thousands in replacement costs. Now let's talk about food safety, because this is where people often make expensive mistakes. When the power goes out, your instinct might be to check what's in the fridge. Don't. Keep those doors closed. A closed refrigerator can maintain a safe temperature for up to 4 hours. A full freezer can stay cold for up to 48 hours. A half-full freezer for about 24 hours. Every time you open those doors, you're releasing cold air and drastically reducing these time frames. Here's a clever trick to know if your frozen food is still safe after an extended outage. Before any outage happens, place a small cup of water in your freezer. Once it's frozen solid, put a coin on top of the ice. If the power goes out and you're not sure how long it's been off, check the cup. If the coin is still on top, your food stayed frozen. If the coin has sunk to the bottom, that means the ice melted and then refroze. Your food thawed and needs to be thrown away.
Proper insulation isn't just about lowering your heating bill. It's about maintaining livable temperatures when you have no power. Good insulation keeps your home warmer in winter and cooler in summer, even without electricity. Add weather stripping around doors and windows to prevent drafts. Seal any gaps or cracks. Consider insulated curtains, especially for large windows. These simple upgrades make a dramatic difference in your comfort level during an outage. So what do you actually do when the lights go out? Let's walk through the immediate response and the safety protocols you need to follow. First, stay calm. Panic doesn't help anyone. Take a breath, assess your situation, and start with the basics. Turn on your battery-powered lights or grab your flashlights. Check on every family member to ensure everyone is safe and accounted for. If the outage is due to a major event, a storm, hurricane, or other disaster, turn on your battery-powered radio immediately and listen for emergency instructions or evacuation alerts. Once your immediate household is secure, think about your community. Check on your neighbors, especially elderly individuals or those with disabilities. A simple knock on the door to ask if they're okay can make a huge difference. During widespread outages, community support becomes your greatest resource. If you need to go somewhere, avoid driving if possible. Without working traffic lights, intersections become unpredictable and dangerous. Accidents spike during blackouts because people either don't know the rules or they ignore them. If you absolutely must drive, treat every non-functioning traffic light as a four-way stop. Come to a complete stop, look in all directions, and proceed with extreme caution. Fire safety becomes critical during blackouts. Candles are tempting, but they're also responsible for a significant number of fires during power outages. These fires are almost always preventable. If you must use candles, keep them in sturdy holders, place them on stable surfaces, keep them away from curtains, papers, or anything flammable, and never leave them unattended. Honestly, stick to LED and battery-powered lights. They're safer, brighter, and they eliminate the fire risk entirely. Carbon monoxide poisoning is a hidden threat during blackouts, and it's one of the leading causes of death during extended outages. Never use grills, camping stoves, or generators inside your home, garage, or any enclosed space. Carbon monoxide is colorless and odorless. You won't know it's building up until symptoms start: headache, dizziness, nausea, confusion, and by then, it may be too late. Ventilation is critical. If you're using any kind of fuel-burning device, it must be outdoors, far from windows and vents. Your phone is your connection to emergency services, loved ones, and information. Conserve that battery like your life depends on it, because it might. Switch your phone to airplane mode if you're not actively using it. This stops it from constantly searching for a signal, which drains the battery fast. Reduce your screen brightness to the minimum usable level. Close all unused apps running in the background. Avoid long phone calls. Texting uses significantly less battery and less bandwidth, and text messages are more likely to get through when cell networks are overloaded. Blackout readiness isn't a one-time thing. It requires ongoing maintenance and regular practice. Let's talk about keeping your preparedness systems actually functional. Check your batteries every few months. Batteries can corrode, leak, or simply lose their charge over time. Rotate them out before they expire, and test your flashlights and radios regularly to make sure they work when you need them. Do the same with your food and water supplies. Check expiration dates, rotate out items that are getting old, and replace them with fresh stock. This keeps your emergency supplies ready and prevents waste. If you have a generator, test it at least once a month. Run it for 15 to 20 minutes to make sure it starts reliably and runs smoothly. Check the oil level, the fuel, and the spark plug. Generators that sit unused for months often fail when you need them most. Regular testing prevents that. Keep your power banks topped up.
Don't wait until the power goes out to realize they've been sitting discharged for 6 months. Charge them fully, use them periodically, and then charge them again. Add a reminder to your calendar if you need to. Update your emergency contacts regularly. People move, change phone numbers, or circumstances change. Make sure the information you have is current and that everyone in your household knows where to find it. Preparedness is a household effort, not an individual one. Everyone needs to know the plan. Hold regular blackout drills, especially if you have young children. Make it a learning experience, not a scary one. Show them where the flashlights are kept. Walk them through how to navigate the house safely in the dark. Teach them what to do if they're home alone when the power goes out. Role play different scenarios. The more familiar everyone is with the procedures, the calmer and more effective they'll be during an actual emergency. Here's something many people overlook: vehicle readiness. Keep your car's gas tank at least half full at all times. Gas stations need electricity to pump fuel. During mass outages, you won't be able to fill up, and fuel shortages can develop within hours. Your vehicle isn't just transportation. It's a mobile charging station for your devices, a source of heat or air conditioning, and potentially your evacuation method if things get serious. Personalize your emergency kit to fit your family's unique needs. If someone relies on medical devices, make sure you have battery backups or know how long your generator can keep them running. If you have dietary restrictions or food allergies, stock appropriate alternatives.
If you have pets, include their medications, food, and comfort items. If you have infants or toddlers, stock diapers, formula, baby food, and anything else they need. One size fits all doesn't work for emergency preparedness. Tailor your supplies to ensure everyone's needs are met. Stay informed about what's happening in your area. Sign up for local emergency alerts through your city or county's notification system. Know where to find reliable information during a blackout. Familiarize yourself with community resources, where emergency shelters are located, what evacuation routes exist, and where you can get help if things become serious. Practice your plan regularly. Every few months, review everything with your household. Make sure nothing has changed, that everyone still remembers what to do, and that your supplies are still in good condition. The more familiar everyone is with the procedures, the smoother things will go when the lights actually go out. And don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Talk to friends, family, and neighbors about blackout preparedness. Share tips, resources, and experiences. Help each other build more complete emergency kits. Create a mutual support network in your community. When a major outage happens, communities that have prepared together and know they can rely on each other handle the situation far better than isolated households trying to survive alone. Blackout-proofing your home isn't about living in fear, it's about thriving with confidence. Every step you take today, from stocking that emergency kit to testing your generator to practicing your family plan, transforms a potential crisis into a manageable inconvenience. Power outages are inevitable. They're going to happen. The grid will fail again, but now you'll be ready. You'll have light when everything goes dark. You'll have food and water when stores are closed. You'll have communication when networks go down. You'll have warmth when the heating fails. You'll have a plan when others are panicking. That's the power of preparation. It's not about being paranoid. It's about being practical. It's about taking control of the things you can control so that when the unexpected happens, you're not at its mercy. If this video helped you feel more prepared, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe to Prep Pantry for more practical preparedness guides that turn uncertainty into confidence. Drop a comment below and let me know, what's the longest power outage you've ever experienced? What did you learn from it? I'd love to hear your stories. Remember, preparation is the key to resilience. Stay safe, stay smart, and stay ready, no matter what comes your way.